Hi everybody, today I'm going to teach you about plants, parts of a plant, different kinds of plants, and especially in the spring we can see so many plants around us that are starting to grow. Here is a house plant I have, just a little guy, only leaves. And so I'm going to be showing you a variety of different parts of the plants, some that we can eat, some that just grow, some that we choose to grow, and hopefully you'll learn some more about plants.
The needs of a plant. For a plant to stay alive, it needs five things I would not lie. It needs water so it can grow. And it needs soil just like so. Plants need space, they can't be tight. The sun helps plants by giving light. Don't forget to give plants air. Repeat the needs if you dare. Need one, water. Need two, soil. Need three, space. Need four, light. Need five, air.
Today I'm going to be making the parts of a plant. So plants start out as a little seed, and that little seed grows down into the ground for roots. And then it also grows up out of the ground with tiny seedling. And often you see these in the spring, seedlings, or maybe at the store when you buy a plant. So this is the ground. We can have the ground be in a pot where the dirt is, and then the pot would hold the dirt, or it can be in the ground outside. And so the roots keep branching off and they keep finding more water and rich nutrients in the soil. And then the stem starts to grow, and it might grow some leaves off the side. Now I'm going to make a flower, because flowers are what you think of a lot of times when you think of a plant, even though we know there's a lot of different kinds of plants. So leaves grow off of the stem, and then up at the very top becomes a flower, and the flower grows, and there's petals. Whoa, I chose purple because it was my favorite, and I guess it broke. So purple, it grows some purple or blue or pink or whatever color the flower is, it grows petals. So these are the petals. And it's important that the petals open up so that the sun can reach them, and they're very pretty. And then in the center is where the pollen is. Now you may have seen lots of bees around, and that's what the bees like to get, is this pollen in the center of the flower. And the pollen is what helps the bees make honey, and the bees need that to survive. So these are the parts of the plant. Hi, I just wanted to show you. I got this Easter lily a couple months ago, and it's ready to be repotted. And I wanted to show you the roots. Now, roots are part of the plant that we don't usually see. So this part is the stem, and these are the leaves. And that's what we mostly see. And then sometimes, especially for this plant around Easter, the flowers were right here at the top. Now my flowers, they withered and they died, so I plucked them off, but the plant is still alive. Just the bloom of the flower doesn't last very long. So I want to show you now the roots. Ooh, this is going to get messy. I'm going to put this in a new pot. So this is my new pot, see-through, and I'm going to put some more dirt in here, but watch as I take it out. Now take a look at all of these roots. Now they're all curled up inside because it didn't have enough space in this smaller pot to move around. So the roots just bent, and oh, I'm getting myself all dirty. Especially, I'll show you the bottom. I can do it. Even some of them are sticking out. Do you see that lighter part? Sticking down. So I'm going to put them in here, and then I'll be able to watch as the roots take shape and form. Now what I need is some more dirt here at the pot bottom so that this plant gets all the way out. Plants need lots of space and air and sunshine, and the air has to come through the leaves to have enough space and for it to grow. And it also needs to have sunlight. So I'm going to keep this plant on my deck so that it gets plenty of sunlight and can grow. I wanted to show you another plant that I did. So I have this cup of dirt. It's a kitchen glass that we use for drinking, but I wanted to have a see-through one so you could see where the dirt is. So I got some dirt from the ground, and I got this onion from the store, and it started to sprout, which means I didn't use it in time. So I instead am going to plant it. So this is an onion, and this part is called the bulb. And happens to be the part we eat, but out of the bottom is going to grow some roots. And the roots are what acts to get the nutrients from the soil. So what you do to plant this is that you can plant this bulb, and eventually I have to put it in my garden because it needs a lot of space. But I'll put this in my garden, and I'm going to cover up the bulb part, and then I'm going to let it grow in here for a little bit so I can see the roots. Now when the roots start to grow, I'll be able to see it in the see-through cup, and if it grows enough time, I'll be able to show it to you. So that is planting an onion. Now some plants you can eat. An onion, it happens to be one of them. I'm sure you know of a lot of other garden veggies. Maybe you've even made your own garden at your house or in a pot. You can grow all kinds of things from a seed or a bulb. So I'm going to be showing you some more videos, and I'm excited to explore more about plants with you. Hi, I wanted to show you another kind of plant. This is called a Christmas cactus. Now, you may know cactuses being very spiky plants that live in the desert. Some cactus are spiky. This one has little spikes on it, but they're not very sharp, which is why I really like this. I wanted to show you a bud that's forming right here. So this is a flower bud, and it's closed right now. And another day, I'm going to show you when it opens. I'll show you how it's opening, and it looks like it's going to be a pink flower. Hard to tell, but when it opens, it's going to be beautiful. So plants, they don't always bloom with flowers, but when they do, it's really fun to see. Also, I wanted to show you that these have some newer leaves on them. Now, these are very thick leaves, so they don't look like leaves on the tree, but they're still the leaf part of a plant. See how these ones are a little bit lighter? That means that they're brand new. And so that's exciting. It means that this plant is growing. Hi, I wanted to show you another kind of plant that people don't like as much. They're called weeds. Weeds are plants that you don't really want to grow, but they just grow anyways. Sometimes they can be even beautiful. So my yard is full of weeds, and um, the kind of weed it's full of right now is dandelions. Do you see all my dandelions in my yard? They're very beautiful weeds, but I don't choose them to be there. They just start to grow. So, weeds, some people don't like dandelions and they spread really quickly, but they sure are beautiful to look at. Thanks for joining me for learning all about plants. Happy learning!